Hello, welcome to this video on some of the DSSVue utilities and tools for working with your data, especially time series data. We're going to essentially work through some of the DSSVue menus and talk through them and do a little bit of demoing as we go. And so these items here that you see on the screen are the same as the menu items. I'll drag DSSVue over, you can see. So we're going to talk about some of the edit items, some of the display, the groups features, some of the tools, and then we'll go into the advanced. But we'll start with some of the edit items that have these items, renaming, deleting, very common, important features. You'll notice that you can also right-click to get these same features. I'll show that. So, some of the, for example, renames right there. If I right-click, I also have rename. So right-click or go to the menu, take your pick. Rename records is our first one up. And you can see an example there. I'm just going to jump in. And I've already selected a few data sets. You'll notice I have the condensed catalog, so there's many records hidden inside this D part. You can see there's several many records. So I'll just say edit, rename. Now you'll notice the software detected the A part. There's some variation here. Some are blank, one of them's American. And so if we just leave a star there, it'll keep what we've got. It can't really show what's there because it varies. Likewise for the part B, it's got the wildcard star. Part C, the same thing. Now D part, you really don't want to mess with it either. That would be pretty dangerous. And E part also is something you don't want to change. And why wouldn't we change the D part? It's 1 day interval. If we change the meaning of that data, that could be dangerous. But we're totally safe here changing the F part. So I'm going to call that observed 2. Let's hit OK. It says 400 records renamed. Now again, you'll notice the difference between a record and a data set. We only had 4 data sets, but there were 400 records within those. They were renamed, and you see here it's renamed it to observed number 2. Duplicate records. Duplicate records is, very similar to what we just did on the rename. The same rules apply. However, we do have a time window that can apply. And we'll show that later in this series of videos, that the time window could affect which records are duplicated. The next menu we're showing here is the copy to. And an important difference here between the menu copy to and the right-click context menu on the records themselves. There's some variation there that you can take advantage of. If you right-click copy, the first time through it'll ask you which file do you want to copy it to, and you'll see that here in the dialog. And you create a new file and it'll copy those records into the new file. But if you do a right-click copy again in the same session of DSSVue, it won't ask you what file to copy them to. It'll just assume you want the same. But if you did want to copy those to another file, a different file or a new file, use the menu, the top level menu, copy to. Merge does not apply anymore. That menu is missing. Drag and drop is another great way to do the same thing as a copy record, where you actually can grab some records from a DSS file into another. Let's demonstrate that. So I've opened up DSSVue and I have 2 DSS files open as separate tabs. So this one says please copy here. I'm going to copy into there by grabbing this record, this data set actually, dragging it. You see the copy symbol showing up. It's copied that record over, and now this DSS file has that data set that we copied over. Delete and undelete. Delete's obviously a very common thing to do. There is some undelete capability, which can be very nice. You can undelete the most recent. Oops-a-daisy, which can be handy. However, be aware that once you squeeze a file, all the undelete capability is gone from that back in time. So this concludes this first video on the edit menu, and we'll see you in the next video where we'll go into the display menu.